Welcome back to the 2020 Toronto Blue Jays Sim. I'm JayBlue of Blue Jays from Away, and thanks to GM Games. And here we are. It is July 21st, 2020. And we are 54 and 45. We are in second place in the division and second place in the wildcard standings. So we're going to go ahead and get ready to sim our next game. We've got Anthony K facing off against Nathan Eovaldi. And we won a close game. We went deep into the bullpen to get that win, but really nice game. We had a run-scoring double from Vladimir Guerrero to win the game, and we got some solid pitching from Anthony K. 2 runs in 5 innings, 7 strikeouts. Shun Yamaguchi with another rough outing. That's going to send his ERA up to 5.59. Sean Reed-Foley picked up the win, throwing 1 1/3 innings. That's a nice game there. Kevin Biggio with a couple hits. Derek Fisher had the biggest game. Fisher with 2 home runs. Bo Bichette with a home run as well. Fisher 3 for 3 with 5 RBIs on the day. So that's a great game from Derek Fisher. He was our player of the game. Well done for the Blue Jays to pick up a win. Now facing the Red Sox again with Matt Shoemaker on the mound. And we pick up another win, a 9-3 win this time with Shoemaker on the hill. Bo Bichette, 3 hits. Vladdy Guerrero, 6 RBI, 3 hits for him. A home run for Guerrero and a double. Really beautiful game there for Vladdy. Billy McKinney with a couple of hits. Travis Shaw with a hit. Reese McGuire walked twice and scored twice, and Bo Bichette 3 for 4. Nice game for the offense. Matt Shoemaker, 5 1/3, 3 runs, 1 home run there. Dolis, Davis, and Romano finished it up with some solid work, 3 2/3 innings out of the pen for the bullpen. Player of the game, Vladdy Guerrero Jr. All right, that's 2 consecutive wins. We've picked up a game on the Yankees in the wild card spot, so that's really nice to see as well. We've got a day off today. We're going to sim that. And Ryan Borucki is eligible to come off the injured list. So the question is, what do we do with Borucki? I think, here's the question. What do we do with Borucki? Sean Reed-Foley's been pretty good, but we still don't have a lefty in the bullpen. So what I think I'm going to do, it's a little controversial, I'm going to send Shun Yamaguchi to the minors. Now, because he has not played in North America before, he actually still has all 3 option years, so he can go down to the minors. And I'm going to bring Borucki back to the majors because we do need, we don't need, but we'd like to have a lefty. So we're going to activate him from the injured list. He's been okay for a little while now. And we're going to have him go long relief. We're also going to make him our specialist. Yeah, and he's been okay. It's just every time he pitches, he just seems to get hurt. And, he'll go 1/3 of an inning. And it was kind of a waste to have him on the roster when he was just going 1/3 of an inning. Hopefully that time on the injured list has helped him get sorted out. And we're back to the home screen, and we are facing off against Seattle with Trent Thornton, who he's kind of on the bubble right now for starting pitchers. He may lose his rotation spot fairly soon. But he comes up with a strong outing. Just as we're saying it, I think he heard us. He comes up with a strong outing. 5-1 win, 6 innings, 5 hits, striking out 5, walking 1, allowing 1 run. So really nice outing for Thornton to earn him another shot. Offensively, Billy McKinney hit a home run. He drove in 4 runs, going 2 for 5. Santiago Espinal, 2 for 4. Bo Bichette, 2 for 5. Vladdy Guerrero walked twice, 1 for 3. And in relief, we had Davis and Giles finish it off. Giles with his 21st save. All right, 3 in a row, 3 wins in a row now. We're facing former Blue Jay Kendall Graveman against rookie sensation Nate Pearson. And it looks like we rattled off another win. We've got Chase Anderson ready to come off the injured list. We're going to send him to Buffalo for a rehab assignment. Yes, we do want to send him to a rehab assignment. And we're going to go back and take a look at our 3-1 win over Kendall Graveman and the Seattle Mariners. Billy McKinney, a direct impact, scoring a run-scoring walk. He also hit a solo home run in the 8th inning. So another big game. Billy McKinney likes Seattle, I guess. And McKinney, 3rd home run, and Pearson, 5 1/3, 4 strikeouts. Jordan Romano, a little bit of trouble, 2 hits and a walk, but not too bad in 2 2/3. Giles got a hold, and Wilmer Font picked up the save. So there's another win. That's 4 wins in a row. And it is Sunday, so this is our last game of this sim. We're facing Taijuan Walker, and we have Tanner Roark, who's really been up and down and hit and miss in his Blue Jays career so far. And he gets, I think he got hit hard. 6 runs, 3 1/3 innings. Sean Reed Foley also got hit hard in relief. Anthony Bass, Dolis Baraki. Did Baraki get injured? No, he didn't. So there's a nice bonus as Baraki did not get injured. Offensively, Kevin Biggio hit a home run. This is his first home run in quite a while, I think. 4 hits for Biggio. Everybody else got a hit except for Bichette and Guerrero. Travis Shaw, a couple RBI. Randall Grichuk with a solo home run. So Kyle Seager was the player of the game, but I think on our side, obviously the player of the game would be Kevin Biggio. All right, and that's the week for the Major League team. I'd actually simmed an extra day in the last sim. Our catcher is really not doing well. Our catching tandem is pretty bad. I think I think that they are. Yeah, I think I'm going to look for an upgrade at catcher. I know I love Danny as a person, but in this sim he is just not doing well. That's he's got a sub 600 OPS. That's pretty awful. So now that we have finished our sim, let's take a look at how the minor leagues did. And the Buffalo Bisons were pretty awful. So we've simmed up until the Monday. So let's take a look at the Tuesday. And we had Ruben Tejada with a couple hits here. Philippe Beaumont with a solid start. Danny Jimenez with a scoreless inning in a third. So that's pretty decent. We're just going to skim things. We're not going to have to go through everything play by play. Forrest Wall, a couple hits here. Caleb Joseph, a couple hits here. He may come up to the major leagues fairly soon. I'd have to clear a spot on the 40-man, I think. Thomas Pannone, it's an okay start. 7 strikeouts is nice. Danny Jimenez, after his solid inning and a third, he gets hit hard. So not that encouraging there. 3-0 loss here to Columbus. Waguespack with a decent start. Good outing from Jackson McClelland. Zach Jackson finished it. Offensively, not a lot going on, just 5 hits here. Our win here, it's 10-2 over Toledo. And Ruben Tejada, 4 hits. Anthony Alford, 4 hits. Lots of doubles. Couple home runs for Patrick Kivlahan, who was 2 for 6. Andy Burns with a home run, 2 for 5. Mitch Walding, 3 for 6. Lots of hits here, especially at the top of the order. Riley Adams. I think I make that mistake every single sim. Riley Adams, 2 for 3. Alford with 2 doubles. And James Dykstra here with a strong start. And Connor Fisk, another strong relief outing. And this 3-0 loss, just 1 hit. 1 for Mitch Walding. TJ Zoik, an okay start here. Jake Petrichka, 2 innings. And a 6-0 win to Syracuse, where we got 3 hits from Mitch Walding, who's been red hot, bringing that average. Looks like he's up over 200 now. And Anthony Alford's hanging in there. Jonathan Davis, 3 for 4. Really nice. Andy Burns with a home run, a solo shot. James Dykstra, looks like he pitched 2 days in a row. That seems super weird. Oh, he didn't pitch. I skipped to the previous week. Sorry about that. Anthony Alford, 2 hits. He's up to 213 now. Ruben Tejada, 2 hits. Mitch Walding, 2 hits, including That looks like a home run. Yep, there's a home run there. Patrick Kivlehan, another 2 home runs. 2 for 4 with 4 RBI. Forrest Wall, Riley Adams, 3 hits each. Forrest Wall with a home run there. So really nice offensive game here. Philippe Almond, another strong start. Just 4 walks, that's the concern there. And 7 strikeouts. All right, and now we go to the Fisher Cats, who had an okay week. 3 wins, 3 losses. Gabriel Guerrero, a couple hits. Joshua Palacios, a couple hits. And Joey Murray striking out 8, but giving up 5 runs. Jonathan Harris, strong outing in relief. Highlights here from this 5-3 loss to Harrisburg. Gabriel Guerrero, that's the same game. It's getting very confusing having simmed up to the Monday and including the Monday in the last week. Kevin Smith, 2 for 4 here in this game with a home run. And Josh Winkowski, a really strong start. That's great to see. Winkowski pulling up and giving a strong start. Jency Diaz, a couple good innings out of the bullpen. And here a 10-6 win, so the offense was getting into it. And Alejandro Kirk here with a home run. Ryan Noda with a home run, his 12th of the year, despite that 177 average. Joshua Palacios, a couple hits. Cullen Large, a couple hits, including a triple and a double. And Demi Ormaloy had a double with 3 on with the bases loaded. And Matt Jones, 2 for 4. Patrick Murphy, strong start, but only 2 strikeouts. We're looking for more in the strikeout category for him. Julian Fernandez finished it off. Here we go. 5-6, 6-5 loss to Reading, the Phillies AA squad. Vicuña, a couple hits. Ryan Noda looks like a home run there. Yep, and Kevin Smith also hit a home run. Graham Spraker, solid start here. 2 runs in 6 1/3 innings. And Julian Fernandez got really hit hard. 4 runs here with a home run. 5 hits in just 1/3 of an inning. Another loss, 4-3, 1-run loss here. Josh Palacios, his 13th home run of the year. And a couple hits for Kevin Vicuña. Sean Weimer making a spot start and not doing too badly. And finally, a 7-6 win. Close series against the Reading Fightin' Phils. Alejandro Kirk with a couple hits. Cullen Large, 4 for 5. Vicuña with 3 hits. So really nice work here. Demi Ormaloy with a home run. Really nice work here. And Joey Murray, 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, and 5 innings of work. Julian Fernandez bouncing back a little bit with the save, striking out 3 in 1 inning. And let's take a look at the Dunedin Blue Jays. 4 losses here this week. Tampa, 3 hits for Nick Podkul. And on the mound, Juan DePaula with a decent start. 7 strikes, 3 runs, 5 innings. Troy Watson, Alex Nolan both gave up some runs. 9-3 loss against Tampa. Tampa, of course, are the Yankees' Advanced A affiliate. Casey Clemens with 3 hits, and Johnny Aiello with a home run here. 2 for 4 for him. Elvis Luciano, solid outing. 5 innings, 4 runs, but only 2 were earned. 8 strikeouts. Jackson Rees gave up 3 runs. Maximo Castillo and Cree Finfrock finish it off. Our first win of the week. And Chavez Young here with a double, 2 hits. Samad Taylor with a triple and 2 hits. And Alek Manoah, 5 innings. This game was called in the 6th inning due to bad weather. So they're starting to show that in this game now, which is nice to see. Manoah, not a great start either, but he hangs on and gets the win. This was a pretty ugly loss, 16-5. The pitching staff, Maverick Buffo leading it off. Maximo Castillo, Sean Rakowski, everybody's giving up runs. You give up runs. You give up runs. Casey Clemens hit a home run. Casey's really rebounding, and if you follow the news, he was actually released by the Blue Jays in a big sort of mass set of releases in late May. And but in this game, he is actually doing just fine. walking twice and scoring twice in this game here. And we had 3 hits from Samad Taylor, 2 from Gabriel Moreno with 2 walks, Jesus Lopez with 2 for 4 game, and Cameron Eden 2 for 4. Home run for Nick Podkul. Justin Maesi comes off the mound and was injured, and he was an elbow strain victim. So that's unfortunate to see, especially when he was having such a decent, comeback season. So we're going to lose him for a couple of months. Jackson Rees, a couple innings without giving up a run. Kreef and Frock, and Josh Hyatt got the save for 1/3 of an inning. And here we are in the last game of the sim. Just 7 hits. Moreno and Clemens with a couple each. And Juan DePaula, everybody's getting hit hard. This pitching staff has not had a good week. We're going to have to see about doing something. We may be very short-handed right now on the pitching staff. And those who are, it's AAA, I think it just defaults to AAA. We're going to go Florida State League. So if you could look at our starters here, I mean, Elvis Luciano has been doing well, but everybody else, except for maybe Alex Nolan, who's moved into the rotation since my SC went on the injured list, you can see here that everybody's got an ERA over 7, and Buffo and Juan DePaula and Manoa, everybody's just really doing pretty roughly. They're really not doing very well. All right, we're going to go down to the Lansing Lugnuts, see how they're doing. Okay, a much better week for the Lugnuts. So we're going to start here against Burlington. And we have here just best game was Jordan Groshans, who's really starting to come on. He didn't hit a home run, but he did have 3 hits. We had a couple doubles here, one from DJ Neal and one from Eric Rivera. And Geraldo here, 1 for 4. I think he's generally coming out of the game for defensive replacements later on. Philip Clark, 1 for 4. Eric Rivera with a double. Hunter Steinmetz. Jared DeCesare, decent outing here. Juan Nunez, and a whole bunch of other pitchers. 6-0 win against Burlington. And here we had a couple hits from Tanner Morris, a couple hits from LJ Talley, who hit a home run. Jordan Groshans with a triple, 1 for 3. Miguel Geraldo, a couple hits, continuing to be a solid contributor after his promotion. Adam Kloffenstein, that's great to see. Kloffenstein has not been all that good this year, as you can see, with a 6.65 ERA. So Kloffenstein, 6 1/3 scoreless innings, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, just 1 hit. And Nick Fraze finishing it off and completing the shutout. Really nice work there for the Lansing Lugnuts pitchers. In this game, it was not the same result. 4-3 loss to the Burlington Bees. 3 hits for LJ Talley. LJ Talley is now hitting .250. 2 hits for Trevor Schwecke, who's hitting .230. Miguel Geraldo, 2 for 4. Yorman Rodriguez, 2 for 3, and 2 hits for Eric Rivera. Lots of multi-hit games here. Kyle Johnston with a really solid start. 6 innings, 1 run, but Brody Rodning, the wheels came off there, not getting it out. 5 hits, 3 runs. Hobie Harris, 3 walks as well, 1 2/3 innings, and Kobe Johnson finished it off. A 9-7 loss from Clinton. And we had what looks like a 3-run home run for Tanner Morris, who added another RBI. Philip Clark, 1 for 3. LJ Talley, 2 for 4. Jordan Groshans with a triple, going 1 for 3 with 2 RBI. And Geraldo, 1 for 3. Again, nice work from Geraldo, adding a walk. Luke Gillingham getting a spot start, 5 innings, 5 runs in an inning and 2/3. Nick Fraze is not a pretty game. I think the pitching quality right now, at least according to the way the game is valuing the pitching, in Lansing and Dunedin, our A-ball levels is really, really poor. I think we're going to need to develop our own draftees that we pick up and maybe get some prospects in trades or something like that, just to increase the quality and the potential guys coming up through the system from these mid-minor league levels. So here we have a win, a 6-4 win against Clinton. We had doubles from Rivera and Steinmetz here at the top of the order. Rivera with a couple of hits. Jordan Grosjean's another hit. He's got a nice little, I think, a hitting streak going on. At the end of this sim, we're going to just make sure and see if he's got a hitting streak. Donnie Sellers, he was okay. Will McCafford, Juan Diaz, Brody Rodning, Kobe Johnson, the whole gang's getting in there. And a 9-8 loss here to finish off the week. Eric Rivera, DJ Neal, 3 hits apiece. DJ Neal with a home run and 2 doubles. So really big game there. Rivera with a double as well. Grosjean's at 1 for 4, keeping that streak alive. So we're just going to take a quick look at Grosjean's here. We can always go to his batting stats, and there is a 2020 game log. And so this is the most recent. So we didn't have a hit here on the 23rd against Burlington. So that is not really a hitting streak. It's a 3-game hitting streak. But it seemed like he was getting a hit every day. It's pretty close to it, though. All right, and we head back to the schedule, and we go down to Vancouver. Vancouver had a pretty good week. We went 1, 2, 3, and 3. It looks better because if we count this as the beginning of the week, it was 4 and 3. First game here, a 13-2 win. They had some big wins. The offense for the Vancouver Canadians is really clicking. Scotty Bradley here, 4 for 5. He's hitting .404. He's not getting a ton of playing time, but he was 4 for 4 with a home run. Davis Schneider, some of these guys, it's funny, I interviewed both of these guys on the same day in Bluefield last year, and both of them with big games so far. They're both playing very well. Davis Schneider with 6 home runs now for the Vancouver Canadians. Ryan Sloniger, another good guy I've talked to, 2 for 4. For him, he had 2 doubles. Aurelvis Martinez was 2 for 4. And that's all the multi-hit games. And on the mound, Sam Ryan, who I did see pitch in Bluefield last year. He's got a great curveball. 7 strikeouts for him, 6 innings. Austin Havocost also I saw pitch for Bluefield last year, 1 2/3 scoreless. And Andrew McInvale finished it off. A 16-1 win against Hillsborough. A really another, fantastic offensive game. 22 hits for the Vancouver Canadians. John Solarte with 3 of them. No home runs. Incredible. All that offense, no home runs. Patrick Morris, 3 hits for him. Leonardo Jimenez, 3 hits for him. Francisco Ruiz, 4 hits for him. Leonardo Jimenez with a double. Ruiz, 4 doubles. 4 doubles for Francisco Ruiz. DJ Daniels, and he got an injury. It's day-to-day. But 2 for 5. Davis Schneider, 2 for 4. Scotty Bradley with a double in there, 2 for 3. Nick Gonzalez, 2 for 5. Everybody just went off a little bit in this one. And the next game was an 8-1 loss. Gonzalez 1 for 4. Jimenez 1 for 4. Abadesa coming in for Daniels, who was injured in this game. 1 for 3. Aurelvis Martinez was 1 for 4 as well. And Joel Concepcion on the mound, 4 runs in 4 innings. Andrew McInvale, Kyle Huckabee. I didn't call him Ken this time. Brandon Eisert actually pitched really well in that 16-1 game, so that was nice to see. This 8-1 loss we've taken a look at. 7-6 to Tri-Cities. 7-6 win. And Nick Gonzalez, 3 for 4. And he came out for a pinch runner. He's got a bruised elbow. And injured, hit by a pitch. So Dominic Abadesa, Vancouver regular season game record with triples with 2. So 2 triples here for Dominic Abadesa. It was 2 for 4. Patrick Morris, 2 for 3. Nick Gonzalez, we've mentioned. On the mound, Antonio Saldana, Blake Sanderson, a whole bunch of other guys. Winder Garcia, Colton Laws, and Felipe Castaneda. 9-5 loss to Tri-City. Nick Gonzalez is back in the lineup with 2. So he's day-to-day, but he's still playing. So he was 2 for 4 in this one. Aurelvis Martinez, 2 for 3 with a double. No double for him. Adrian Ramos had the double. And Ryan Sloniger hit a home run, his 2nd of the year. Gabriel Ponce with the start. And finally, a 5-0 loss. Only 2 hits for Jefferson Barredo and John Solarte. Sam Ryan, another solid start. 1 run that was earned, 2 runs in total, and then 3 given up by Blake Sanderson. All right, so that's the Vancouver Canadians week. Solid week, good offense when it was there. And here are the Bluefield Blue Jays. And not a lot of offense here, just hits from Josiah Miller, Angel Camacho, and Glenn Santiago on the mound. Kendall Williams with 5 earned runs there in 4 2/3 innings. And Giorgeni Casimiri. It's fun to say his name. It's the Dutch. The G's are like, huh. If you've ever been to the Netherlands, there's a lot of huh in the sound, and I'm deliberately trying not to be overly aggressive with that sound into the microphone. Another 5-hit game here for the club. Not a great day. Desan Brown with a hit. Bobby Seymour is one of our 2019 draftees. Emmanuel Vizcaino, an okay start here, and Alejandro Melian finished it off. 4 strikeouts in 2 2/3 innings. Our first win of the week against Danville here. 2 hits for Desan Brown, 2 hits for Bobby Seymour, and a couple of walks too, and 2 hits for Jan Perez. And Matt Whalen here with a really strong start. 8 innings, 1 run. So really great start there for Whalen. And who is Whalen? Whalen is one of our draftees from this year. 10-6 win against Elizabethton. 2 more hits for Desan Brown, 2 hits for Jose Rivas, who hit a home run. Angel Camacho hit a home run, 4 RBI. So that was just a 2-run home run. He did pick up a couple more RBI. Jose Ferrer with a couple RBI, and Jan Perez scoring twice, as well as Stuart Baroa getting a couple walks. Ian Bedell, another one of our draft picks. I think he was our 2nd rounder. Yeah, 2nd round pick. He gave up 2 runs, struck out 6 in 5 innings for a nice outing. Trevor Koenig, also another draft pick from 2020, 16th rounder. Of course, there's not going to be a 16th round in the 2020 draft in real life because the major leagues have decided to do a 5-round draft. Here in this next game, a 4-2 win. Desan Brown, 1 hit, 1 walk. And he did steal a base. That's his best attribute is his speed. Javier Dorazio, the catcher, 2 for 4 with a home run, his first of the season, and a double. And Brown also hit a double. And Ethan Smith, he was, I think, our 3rd round pick. 10 strikeouts in this game. There's a beauty of a game. 5th round pick. Sorry, Ethan Smith was our 5th rounder. It's funny because I think I like him better than some of our earlier picks, but he had a really strong game for his 6th win. So he's been really good so far since he was drafted. Oh, that may not be a 6th win in the pros. That may include his college record. Yeah, he was he is 6-1 in Bluefield in 7 starts. So he's gotten a decision in every outing. And the final game against Elizabethton, 8-1 win. Brown had a hit, a home run from Bobby Seymour. We had a couple hits from him, a couple hits from Camacho, a couple hits from Jose Rivas, a couple hits from Jan Perez. And Josiah Miller was 1 for 2 with a double. Kendall Williams, another solid start here. That's good to see him turning things around. We do want to see that walk number get lower. Lazaro Estrada, Rafael Moncion, and Zachary Murray finished it off. So that's the week for the Bluefield Blue Jays. The GCL Blue Jays had a poor week. They lost all 4 games. But again, it's not about winning, it's about player development. So what did we see? Jean-Christophe Masson was 1 for 4. Lucas Cook strained his groin. He is gone for 6 weeks. He didn't do it in this game. Tommy Troy, 1 for 3. 2 hits for Wilfran Astudillo. And Liam Norris, he was drafted this year in the 9th round. He got hit for 5 runs. Jefferson Herrera, Anderson Nunez, and Brian Mejia finished the game. an 8-1 loss against the Tigers East GCL club. So we had Adrian Montero hit a home run, Trey Carter hit a home run, and where is Carter here? He came in later in the game. Jag Burden, who was also a draft pick this year, was 1 for 3. Again, I like that they are getting a lot of pinch hits and at-bats from some of these guys because, to be perfectly honest, we have too many guys for not enough teams and not enough positions. So it's good to see there's a lot of pinch hitting and a lot of substitutions going on to get some more guys a chance. Carson Hamro, another draftee from this year, 3 runs, 4 strikeouts in 4 innings. Hunter Owen, another draftee from this year, Yorman Gonzalez, and Edgar Castro. Both were with the Blue Jays before. 9-4 loss here against the Yankees East. And 2 hits for Jag Burden, who is another draftee. He was our 4th round pick. And we had 4 hits from Juan Pizarro. 4 hits from Pizarro, who is just 18. He was with the Gulf Coast League Blue Jays last year. And Michael Arias also, I think he was within the Blue Jays system but didn't play. So he had 2 hits here. Jag Burden with a triple. And Ben Hernandez, I think our 3rd round pick this year, not a great start. 4 runs in 4 innings. Anders Tolhurst, drafted last year, didn't play last year, so you may not recognize that name. And Max Rychich, who was one of our draft picks this season. I think he was a 13th round pick. And our last game of the week against the Tigers West. Jean-Christophe Masson, a nice 2 for 4 game here. Had 1 for 1 from Gabriel Jimenez, Gabriel Martinez, 2 for 4. All right, and now we're just going to head down quickly to our DSL team. We're going to go here and just check out the lineups. I mean, the really, again, as we've said before, hitting stats. All right, as we've said before, the 3 guys that we're really interested in is Raquelvin de Castro, 292, 384, 409. So really solid line here. And he's actually improving over Esteban Machado. Machado started off better and has better, scouting reports about his offense. But he has been overtaken by Raquelvin de Castro, who actually got a bigger signing bonus last season. And then the other guy we're really keeping an eye on is here, Alfredo Chacon. He is our international signee. He signed for the maximum that we could spend. I think it was $5 million. And he's doing okay. 415, 506, 477 here in the Gulf or Dominican Summer League. And again, he is a very young guy. He's still just 16. He will be 16 for the rest of the season. And we have a very low scouting accuracy on him, although maybe we should have had a higher one. And but everybody seems to love him. And as long as he's producing like this, 7 walks, 14 strikeouts in 79 plate of it, that's fine. That's very good. The walks are a little on the low side, but again, that's what you get when you draft somebody that young. All right, so that is this week. We can take a little bit of a review, but the guys that we're watching, we're not really looking at anyone for a promotion right now. The guys that we have promoted, we moved some guys here. Josiah Miller, he's a new draftee. Camacho probably should move up, but we don't really have any room for him. And because, you can see he's not a huge prospect, even the OSA. I mean, if you look at his contact, that's not going to get you to the major leagues if he fulfills that. So as well as Camacho is doing here, he's, again, a guy who went to a college. He's 23. He should be doing what he's doing. Unfortunately, the only place I could put him is Lansing, and I think there's no room for him there. So we are pretty stocked in the infield, so throughout the minor leagues, especially in the lower to mid ranges. So there's really not a lot of room. Taking a look at Desan Brown here, not a lot of power. That's expected. Decent on base. I mean, he's probably about league average, so I'm okay with that for now. We do want to see, as he develops, some of that power developing. We want to see that contact and gap power and him getting on base. That's another thing that we want to see with him. Going to Vancouver, Nick Gonzalez is a day-to-day injury. He's doing fairly well, although I would like to see him dominating a little bit more. PK Morris is really doing well here. 386, 421, 643. So that's really nice to see. He's only got 77 plate appearances, played about half as much as some of the other players. But he's still got one of the best OPSs on the team. I mean, Scotty Bradley is also playing, part of the time as well. And Bradley, as you can see, is just like destroying everything. Leonardo Jimenez, we're keeping an eye on, and this is pretty much what I expect from him. The average isn't great, but decent eye, but not a lot of power here. Orelvis Martinez he's holding his own. So after that promotion, he's holding his own. He's doing okay. I was hoping for a little more. Maybe a little more is going to come when he gets a little more comfortable. But he was definitely, killing everything in Bluefield. So, that is just sick. So we couldn't leave him in Bluefield. We had to move him. Moving up to Lansing, we can see Philip Clark. He's up to 235. And if you look at what he did before, I wonder if there's a way to check this. We can do a game log. But if we look at it, like, he's gotten hits almost every game since he's been back up in the Midwest League. And then in the Northwest League, he hit almost every game. And then if you look back to the Midwest League, he was not doing very well. There's a big stretch of offers, 1 for 3, 1 for 4, 1 for 2, 1 for 4. And then he just broke out here, this 5 for 7 game here in the Midwest League. So if you look at what he's done, it's too bad this isn't like Baseball Reference where you can just highlight a span of games and just find out his batting average. But if you look here, he came back up to the Midwest League. He was hitting 133. That average in about 3 weeks, not even 3 weeks, has come up over 100 points. And so he's doing pretty well. He's still not hitting for a lot of power. He wasn't hitting for a lot of power in Vancouver either. So he's really done really, really well since coming back to Lansing. Miguel Geraldo is suspended for 4 games, so that is unfortunate. He's been doing okay since coming to the Lugnuts. And Jordan Groshans has been pretty much on fire. He's a couple triples here. He has a home run earlier in the week. Or maybe not, but he's got a couple triples. And so it's great to see that Jordan Groshans is starting to turn things on. Where things are a little bit concerning is here on the pitching side. We have guys, Kyle Johnson's okay. He should be up in Dunedin. And in fact, I think I'm going to make that move now. I'm going to move him to Dunedin. We still have 14 players. Is there any pitcher in Vancouver who kind of deserves to be promoted? Actually, Brandon Eisert has been quite good, and I'm going to move him up to Lansing. And I am going to have Brent Lavalley figure out the rest of the rotation. We're going to go up to Lansing. We are going to have Luis Hurtado fix the rotation. And again, we're seeing a lot of guys. He may be getting too many innings for where his ratings are in this game. And in Dunedin, we're going to be able to get somebody out of there. So Kyle Johnson's going to be back in high A. Alex Nolan's going to go back into a relief role. But really, is there anybody who deserves to be promoted? Yeah, actually, Elvis Luciano can go back up to New Hampshire. He's been pretty good. And Alex Nolan gets back into the rotation. Pitching-wise, here, it's not so bad. Josh Winkowski is fairly new in New Hampshire, and he had a great outing his last time out. Joey Murray's been better as a starter. Patrick Murphy's been hit and miss. Graham Spraker's been pretty good. Sean Weimer. And we're going to see what happens with Elvis Luciano is actually now the number 3. I think it's partially because I have him. Well, I don't have him as a as a forced starter. So that's not so bad. And we get Sean Weimer back in a relief role, which I think is more becoming. Now, we are going to have some housekeeping. We have 17 pitchers here. We're going to release Connor Overton. Overton just has not been great. He hasn't been used very much. So we're just going to release Overton. And those are the moves that we're going to make. That's about it. You know, nobody here has been dominating. We don't really have a lot of space in Buffalo with 17 pitchers. Shun Yamaguchi is going to be a starter in Buffalo, so that's fine. And for the Blue Jays, we put Ryan Borucki in the bullpen. So that's it. We had a great week here on the Major League side, winning 4 and losing 1. We are now a game and a half up on that second wild card over the Yankees in our division. We are 13 back of the Tampa Bay Rays, but we also do have a trade proposal from the Red Sox that would get us J.D. Martinez and his massive contract. He's having a down year, actually. But he has a massive $23 million contract for another couple of years, actually. He does have a player opt-out before taking a pay cut. And what would we get? What would we give up? We would give up Gabriel Moreno and Rowdy Tellez. It's an interesting trade proposal. And the question becomes, I mean, what can we use Martinez for? He is a right-handed hitter, which does give us another righty. And if we look at our hitters, you know, we'd be giving up Rowdy Tellez, who is cold, but he is still producing at least league average. He's got 17 home runs. Not bad work, but we do have Travis Shaw there. And Billy McKinney can play first base if necessary. We are missing it, but McKinney is hot. We don't miss that bat, although. And Moreno has had a solid season. Nothing spectacular, but he's been solid. His potential, and he's only 20 years old, so that's the other thing to keep an eye on. But we do have a ton of catching depth. So he's a potential 3-star, 50, 50, 55, 40, 50, 60 catcher. So good defensive projection. Let's look at Alejandro Kirk, who is probably our top catching prospect. 55, 60, 45, 60, 65, and not as good of a catcher. But he's also much closer to being ready. As you can see, he's got a 126 OPS plus. He's been slumping a little bit. He's a little fatigued. So it's an interesting question whether or not to take them up on this offer. They think that we're not getting much in return. It could be just 1 year of Martinez. And I'm almost wondering what happens if we remove Moreno. And they say they definitely need a lot more to consider this deal. If we wanted to make it work, what would they want? Scotty Bradley, our Alfredo Chacon, Juan Nunez, relief pitcher in Lansing at 24. See, that's a guy you can kind of just add and say, you know, I don't think he's going to make it very far. So we could conceivably, we have $9.5 million in budget space. We have $5 billion in cash. That would cover their salary. So we asked for 50% salary to be covered. They don't seem to like that. They don't seem to like it very much. 35% salary, 25% salary. They will do it, I think, only if they take maybe 5% salary. it's a tough choice. It's a tough choice. Do we want to really go for it this year, adding a big bat, taking on potentially 3 years if he doesn't opt out of his contract, although to take less money in the subsequent years of the contract, and giving up Rowdy Tellez? I mean, that's a big question. What do you think, folks? Should I do it? I'm going to actually leave it up to you. You can put it into the comments. Should we make the trade for JD Martinez? We're going to put it in the comments. Tell us what you think. And we're going to end our episode there. So thank you very much for watching. I'm JayBlue at Jays From Away on Twitter. And you can find me at www.bluejaysfromaway on the internet. And thanks to GM Games for hosting us at their YouTube site. So once again, let us know in the comments, folks. Should we trade for JD Martinez? Have a great day, everybody. And thanks for watching.